just 2 days before his pension was set to vest. As expected, the left is screeching incoherently about how petty and hateful it was to con 49-year-old MccABE just 26 short hours before he was set to retire, effectively ending his chances of receiving his pension after nearly 22 years of civil service. MccABE himself has come out swinging, making a scathing public statement about his untimely dismissal, stating, "For the last year and a half, my family and I have been the targets of an unrelenting assault on our reputation and my service to this country. Articles too numerous to count have leveled every sort of false, defamatory and degrading allegation against us. The president's tweets have amplified and exacerbated it all. He called for my firing. He called for me to be stripped of my pension after more than 20 years of service. And all along we have said nothing, never wanting to distract from the mission of the FBI by addressing the lies told and repeated about us. No more. Here is the reality. I am being singled out and treated this way because of the role I played, the actions I took, and the events I witnessed in the aftermath of the firing of MccABE. The release of this report was accelerated only after my testimony to the House Intelligence Committee revealed that I would corroborate former Director MccABE's accounts of his discussions with the President. The OIG's focus on me in this report became a part of an unprecedented effort by the administration, driven by the President himself, to remove me from my position, destroy my reputation, and possibly strip me of a pension that I worked 21 years to earn. The accelerated release of the report and the punitive actions taken in response make sense only when viewed through this lens. Thursday's comments from the White House are just the latest example of this. This attack on my credibility is one part of a larger effort not just to slander me personally, but to taint the FBI, law enforcement, and intelligence professionals more generally. It is part of this administration's ongoing war on the FBI and the efforts of the Special Counsel investigation, which continue to this day. Their persistence in this campaign only highlights the importance of the Special Counsel's work. The idea that I was dishonest is just wrong. This is part of an effort to discredit me as a witness. Is there any truth to what MccABE is saying? Or is this a man that is simply angry at his dastardly deeds coming into the light and slinging accusations and vitriol in an effort to save face? Does the left's incoherent screeching actually have merit this time? Or is MccABE the lying liar who would not know the truth if it bit him? The answer lies within the Justice Department's Office of the Inspector General, and the report they provided detailing years' worth of allegations of misconduct by MccABE to the FBI's Office of Professional Responsibility. In other words, this did not just happen. This investigation has been ongoing for some time. In fact, MccABE actually stepped down from his position with the Bureau in late January, and many believe that was not by choice. Fox News reports MccABE was removed from his post as deputy director, leaving the Bureau after months of conflict of interest complaints from Republicans including President Trump. According to the Wall Street Journal, MccABE left his post in January after he was told to step aside, but had been expected to take leftover vacation time until he was eligible to retire this month after a decades-long career with the agency. A spokeswoman for Mr. Sessions said in a statement that the Justice Department follows a prescribed process by which an employee may be terminated, and said she had no personnel announcements at this time. Fox News guest Sarah Carter has reported since MccABE initially stepped down of evidence uncovered, that MccABE allegedly ordered FBI agents to alter their 302 forms, the paperwork an agent files after interviewing someone. PJ Media reports, "I've been told tonight by a number of sources that MccABE may have asked FBI agents to actually change their 302 seconds, Carter told host Sean Hannity. So basically every time an FBI agent interviews a witness, they have to go back and file a report, Carter explained. Hannity pointed out that, if true, it would constitute a case of obstruction of justice, and Carter agreed. She said the matter was being investigated by FBI Inspector General Michael Horowitz. If this is true, and not just alleged, if this is true, MccABE will be fired, Carter said. They are considering firing him in the next few days. If this turns out to be true, she added. The Washington Post also reported of a confrontation that took place between current FBI Director Christopher Wray over findings in the DOJ's Inspector General report. It is currently unclear what those findings were as the full report has not yet been released. However, what we do know is that FBI Director Christopher Wray went Sunday and reviewed the 4-page FISA memo. The very next day, McCabe was asked to resign. John Solomon of The Hill reported Representative Ron DeSantis, R. Florida, recently interviewed a retired FBI supervisor who testified of being instructed by McCabe not to call the 2012 Benghazi attack an act of terrorism when distributing the FBI's findings to the larger intelligence community, despite knowing exactly who conducted the attack. Solomon states, the agent found the instruction concerning because his unit had gathered incontrovertible evidence showing a major al-Qaeda figure had directed the attack, and the information had already been briefed to President Obama, the lawmaker said. Representative DeSantis told The Hill of this alarming revelation. What operational reason would there be to issue an edict to agents telling them, in the face of virtually conclusive evidence to the contrary, not to categorize the Benghazi attack as a result of terrorism? By placing the interests of the Obama administration over the public's interests, the order is yet another data point highlighting the politicization of the FBI. There have been multiple reports from several sources including DeSantis pointing to an incident after Trump's national security advisor Mike Flynn resigned over lying to Vice President Mike Pence over his contacts with Russia's ambassador. An FBI executive made an inappropriate comment during a video teleconference giving a good indication McCabe and the agency as a whole had a personal motive in investigating Flynn and ruining his career over a sexual harassment case in which Flynn testified against McCabe on behalf of a decorated female agent. McCabe was also investigated for violations of the Hatch Act, where he is accused of engaging in ethical conflicts pertaining to his wife's run for the Virginia Senate in 2015 as a Democrat. She received $700,000 in campaign contributions tied to Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, D. McAuliffe is a known ally of Hillary Clinton, who was under FBI investigation at the time. Records show McCabe attended a March 2015 meeting with McAuliffe designed to secure the governor's support of Jill McCabe's candidacy. Questions have also arisen over McCabe's involvement in examining emails found on former Representative Anthony Weiner's laptop, as well as the consistent pattern of treating Clinton investigations differently than other investigations. McCabe claims to have sought FBI legal advice on just how to deal with his wife's campaign, yet all the while he presided over the Clinton email case until just a few days prior to the case being closed. In other words, those crying foul over McCabe losing his pension and screeching to all and sundry about how unfair it is can't be directly pointed to the growing mountain of evidence directly from the Inspector General demonstrating a laundry list of misconduct and malfeasance. The IG's full report is set to be released soon and it seems it will be very revealing, and heads are already rolling. What do you think about this? Please share this news and scroll down to comment below and don't forget to subscribe. Top Stories Today.